Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us today. I think you're going to have a good time. Today, we're going to figure out how you can use the language of love in your genealogy. Have you found a marriage announcement in newspapers.com that led to a genealogy breakthrough? For some of us, uncovering long sought after information is like opening a gift on Christmas morning. Marriage announcements can be short and succinct, or they can be long and rich in detail. As a genealogist, I've spent hours poring through marriage records on newspapers.com. I have some tips that might help you read between the lines of your marriage announcements and might help you make new personal discoveries within your family. Of course, a marriage announcement is often a great way to uncover the big prize for women in genealogy, her birth name. A birth name can open the door to further research for the bride and her family. Marriage announcements often include the name of the parents for both of the bride and the groom. The first photos of weddings started appearing in newspapers in the late 1800s, and by the 1900s, many papers included a picture of the bride. It's hard to imagine now, but it used to be common to give an address for the bride and groom. An address allows you to search land records, census records, and nearby relatives. Remember, families often stuck together back then. The wedding party is often named in the wedding announcement. I love a wedding announcement full of lots of juicy details. I mean, who doesn't want to know how many yards of silk it took to make the wedding gown? A detailed wedding announcement often mentions everybody in the bridal party, and sometimes it lists lots of the guests. Chances are many of those names named are relatives. I've gone so far as to build a tree for everybody mentioned, and each time I have discovered new cousins and siblings. It takes effort, but if you're up against a brick wall, it just might lead to a breakthrough. Pay special attention to those who have traveled from out of town to attend the wedding. They are probably family. Who performed the wedding? Marriage announcements usually give the name of who officiated at the wedding. You aren't likely to find church records in the newspapers, but if you have the name of the person who performed the wedding, you can research the congregation, and that can lead you to church records. Church records often list the name of the bride and groom's parents, and sometimes the mother's birth name. This can unlock new research possibilities. While searching for wedding announcements, we sometimes tend to search in a limited range of dates. You might be missing out on so much more if you do. For example, I've come across dozens of clippings that describe women's groups getting together to model old wedding dresses. These women modeled their mothers, their grandmothers, and even their great-grandmothers' dresses. And in many cases, they give the names of the original bride and the year she was married. Who would have thought to search for a wedding more than 100 years after it happened? What a treasure trove of information that you are liable to run into when you start working newspapers.com and using that in your research today. Remember, newspapers.com. Thanks so much for being with us today. I hope you will enjoy us. I hope you will enjoy us, of course, and I hope you will join us again.